When the attack happened in Libya and Gaddafi was being taken down, a number of African presidents said, "Wait, hold, we will fly into Libya." They wanted to go and speak to their brother. They wanted to stop the war before it consumed the nation. But do you know the reply they got? They were told by the Western powers, if you fly into Libyan airspace, we cannot guarantee your safety. Now pause and think about that for a minute. African heads of state on African soil told that they cannot fly into an African sky without permission from outsiders. And they obeyed. That moment, that single moment, was the day Africa surrendered her own dignity. This happened in 2011, under what they called a humanitarian intervention. They said it was to protect civilians. But what protection ends with a leader dragged through the streets like an animal? What protection ends with the richest nation in Africa reduced to ashes? Before the bombs, Libya was not a failed state. It was a success story. Free education, free health care, electricity for all, housing for every citizen. Libya had no foreign debt, and Gaddafi was building the great man-made river, bringing life to the desert. That was the Libya they destroyed. And why? Because Gaddafi had a vision beyond Libya. He wanted one Africa, a United States of Africa, one army, one currency backed by gold, a single African bank to free us from the IMF and the dollar. He wanted Africa to trade with itself, to control its own resources, to stand on its own feet. That is what made him dangerous, because the world does not fear dictators. It fears independent Africans. When he spoke of freedom, they called him a threat. When he spoke of unity, they called him mad. And when he built power for Africa, they unleashed war on him. And Africa? Africa watched. The African Union was silent. Our leaders, bound by fear and by debts to foreign powers, did nothing, and they killed him. But what is Libya today? Tell me. What is Libya today? It is a broken land. Tribes divided, militias ruling, foreign soldiers walking freely, and black Africans, our own brothers, being sold in open-air slave markets. Yes, in the 21st century, on African soil. Those who said, "We come to protect civilians," do not speak anymore, because it was never about protection. It was about control, control of oil, control of gold, control of Africa. So I ask you again, what is Libya today? It is a reminder, a wound that still bleeds, a warning that if Africa refuses to unite, the same fate awaits every nation that dares to rise. The fall of Libya was not the fall of Gaddafi alone, it was the fall of African pride, and if we do not learn from it, we will fall again.